Becky here, and today I'm going to be talking about Tourette Syndrome. I'm going to be telling you what it is, what the signs and symptoms are, and things you can do to deal with it. So, first of all, what is Tourette Syndrome? Tourette Syndrome is a neurological disorder where a person has both motor and vocal tics. Doctors and scientists don't really know the exact cause of Tourette's, but some research suggests that it occurs when there's a problem with how nerves communicate in the brain. A disturbance in the balance in neurotransmitters, chemicals in the brain that carry nerve signals from cell to cell, may play a role in Tourette's. Sorry. Sorry about that. Where was I? Oh yeah. Tourette syndrome is not contagious. You can't catch it from someone who has it. Studies suggest that Tourette's is a genetic disorder, which means it's the result of a change in genes that is either inherited, passed on from parent to child, or happens during development in the womb. As with other genetic disorders, someone may have a tendency to develop Tourette's, but that doesn't mean the person will definitely get the condition. But that doesn't make sense, but you know. Doctors and researchers are continually learning new information about Tourette's and what might lead a person to develop it. Oh, I get it now. People with Tourette syndrome usually first notice symptoms while they're kids or teens. Tourette's affects people of all races and backgrounds, although more guys than girls have the condition. So, what are the signs and symptoms? The main symptoms of Tourette's are tics. Most tics can be everything from eye blinking or grimacing to head jerking or foot stamping. Some examples of verbal tics are throat clearing, making clicking sounds, repeated sniffing, yelping, or shouting. In rare cases, people with Tourette's might have a tic that makes them harm themselves, such as headbanging. So that's annoying. Sorry, that was bad. That's one I hate, because I'm holding my breath. I'll explain that in another video. At certain times, like when a person is under stress, the tics may become more severe, more frequent, or longer, or the type of tic may change altogether. This is also true for people who have tics that are not part of Tourette syndrome, so like tic disorders. Some people may be able to suppress their tics for a short time, but tension builds and it eventually has to be released as a tic. Pardon me. Monster. Makes you burp. Sorry. Now where was I again? Some people may be able to suppress their tics for a short time, but tension builds and it eventually has to be released as a tic. And if a person is concentrating on controlling the tic, it may be hard to focus on anything else. This can make it hard for teens with Tourette's to have a conversation or pay attention in class. In addition, many teens with Tourette's have other conditions, such as attention deficit hyperactivity disorder, which is ADHD, or obsessive compulsive disorder, OCD. Learning disabilities are common in people with Tourette's. They also may have trouble sleeping because the tics keeping them up at night. People who have heard of Tourette syndrome usually think it means a person with Tourette's will swear or use inappropriate expressions. But actually, that's one of the less common symptoms of Tourette's. What is more common, though, is how many people have Tourette's. Doctors used to think that Tourette's was rare, 1 in 3,000 people, but now they believe that more people have milder forms that may remain undiagnosed, 1 in 100 people. So, dealing with Tourette syndrome. Many people don't understand what Tourette's is or what causes it, so they might not know what to make of someone who has Tourette's. And if people stare, it can feel embarrassing or frustrating. People with Tourette's might have to explain their condition a lot or have to deal with people thinking they're strange. Although it's not easy to have Tourette's, there's good news. The tics usually get milder. No, the tics can. Oh God, I need to reword that because that's not really accurate. But tics can get milder when you grow older, but not always. There's a chance of it getting milder. Or in some, like, getting so mild that you barely notice it, so you think it's gone away. But, you know, there's some unnoticeable thing. In the meantime, if you have Tourette's, it can help to focus your energies on something else. Some of the things teens with Tourette's can do include getting involved. Some people say that when they're engrossed in an activity, their tics are milder and less frequent. Sports, exercise, or hobbies are great ways for teens to focus mental and physical energy. Some well-known athletes have Tourette's. For example, Tim Howard, a goalkeeper for Everton football team. Give a helping hand. Dealing with Tourette's often makes people more understanding of other people's feelings, especially other teens with problems. Use your special sensitivity by volunteering. Embrace your creativity. Creative activities such as writing, painting, or making music help focus the mind on other things. There's also speculation that the composer Mozart had Tourette's. Find support. The Tourette Syndrome Association, for those in America, or the Tourette's Action, sponsors support groups with others who understand the challenges of Tourette's. Take control. People with Tourette's can feel more in control of their lives by researching it, asking their doctors plenty of questions, and taking an active role in their treatment. Each person with Tourette's will cope differently with its physical, emotional, and social challenges. Because Tourette's doesn't usually restrict activities, though, people with the condition can enjoy themselves and pursue their dreams and goals in just the same way their friends do. Now, what I've just read is from a website called kidshealth.org. I decided to read some information from a website instead of trying to word it my own way, because every time I do that I skip things and it doesn't make sense, because I'm not very good with making stuff make sense. So, yeah. And I'm not very good at reading, so sorry that I stumbled a little bit when reading this, and it's kind of like weird, you know, that I kept stopping and stuff. I'm not very good at reading. So I'll put the link to this thing I just read in the description. I'll also put a link to Tourette's Action website and Tourette Syndrome Association website. So I hope you'll research stuff and get to know more and educate yourself. So yeah, and I hope you all have a nice day. I thank you all so much for watching. Yay! Bye!